vegan vegetarian edition of Lick My Pot, and today we're going to be doing meatless spaghetti meat sauce with noodles or spaghetti. So we have spaghetti and we have a product by Trader Joe's. I'm going to put two products here for the camera. One is meatless ground beef at Trader Joe's. This I bought at Trader Joe's as well. It's an organic meat sauce, spaghetti sauce. So these are both organic and in this case meat free. Okay. What I end up doing is I got about 4 cups of water and I put it to boil. And when it started boiling, I put a box, I should say, of spaghetti, which is in this case ranzoni, but there are other gluten-free spaghetti on the market. I just have to use this one a lot because this is the one my local supermarket has. So I add that to the water once it's boiling, and I put a little bit of butter, and I just keep stirring it like with a wooden spoon so that it doesn't clump together. Okay, in the meantime, I got my bottle of spaghetti sauce, and I add it into a pot, and I add a little bit of green seasoning, I add a little bit of minced garlic, minced onion, Italian seasoning, and I just add it to the meat sauce and add about, I would say about a pound of the beefless ground beef, okay? And I just keep stirring it until it's cooked. So now I have the meatless ground beef in spaghetti sauce, organic spaghetti sauce, and I have the gluten-free noodles or spaghetti, and we're going to sample that in a little bit, right? But I want to show you another dish that I made because I like to experiment sometimes too. So I wanted to make my grandson empanadas, which is something that he likes. And I couldn't find the empanada skin that's gluten-free. And remember what we said, that Amir's on a special diet, so we have to really be careful. So what I end up doing is getting the gluten-free, I think you guys saw this product already, gluten-free by Mission. This product right here, this one is actually for chicken quesadillas. But I decided I'm going to improvise a bit here. Okay. So I'm about to put on my frying pan. Okay. And what I end up doing is add to some olive oil, about a 1/4 pound of the same beefless ground beef, okay, to about a 1/2 cup of, I would say about a half, maybe even a quarter to 1/2 cup of mixed vegetables. It depends how much vegetables you want. And so basically this is what we end up with. And so the mixed vegetable, the groundless, about a 1/4 cup, let's say a 1/4 cup if you're somebody who don't like a lot of green vegetables, a 1/4 cup of mixed vegetables with about a 1/4 pound of the groundless ground beef, and you add it to olive oil, and then I add my typical arsenal of seasoning. My arsenal of seasoning is usually green seasoning. I have a little bit of soul food seasoning. I have some minced onion. I have some garlic, and I just let that saute down. And then now I'm going to take that and add it to this empanada. This is not empanada. This is actually chicken quesadilla or quesadilla skins. Okay. This is what I use. I substitute for roti skin. I keep saying roti skin because we've been Ascensions, we kind of look at the whole thing as a roti. But this is actually, in the case of roti, the roti is actually the skin, the skin part of it. And then you put the what do you call it, the curry inside of it. But if you target the average Ascension, we'll say roti and we might say roti skin. The actual dough, just to correct that, is the roti. So if you remember some time ago I did roti, vegetarian roti, and I had to substitute this for Mia because he can't eat the flour right now that has gluten. So we're going to substitute this one because I couldn't get the empanada skins that was gluten-free. I used the chicken the quesadilla, I keep saying chicken, quesadilla skins. And I'm going to now add this to it. Okay. I'm going to put back some of the vegetables. What I end up doing is this. I try to get it pressed a little bit, but it doesn't have the same texture as, just a little bit, it doesn't have the same texture as the empanada skin. So we just got to play with it here. And then I'm going to add it to this right here. I think I have enough here for another one. So I'm going to do that. And let's see. We're going to add this. Okay. Okay. And I add this to the frying pan. Olive oil. I usually cook without olive oil because I love my olive oil. I think it's a healthy oil. And I love it. It's an acquired taste, so some people in the beginning have a problem cooking with it. And after a while, you don't even notice. So, as you know, as the queen of pulling something out of the oven, Amir, and let me just say this, I have to really congratulate Amir. He's been doing the camera, and he has been doing the directing. And he's a very good director. He's learning on the camera. So he has been behind this series because he's gone through this experience, and we went on this journey of vegetarian and vegan stuff to support him. And she said, Granny, I want to shoot this. You know, remember Mary was a kid, my grandson who was earlier this year was in a wheelchair, couldn't go to school, and he was sick, inflammation all over his body, he couldn't stretch his feet out, couldn't put his foot down. And now he's here behind the camera, up and well. He's on his way, recovering very nicely. And he said, Granny, I want to tape this series. So that's why we've been doing this series. So now, I want to just keep this. Okay. Now, as the queen of pulling things out of the oven, I have some empanadas that I made. And Amir, I want you to come over and I want you to try. I've made this for you before, so you know how it tastes, right? But I just want to have you taste it on camera and really tell the audience, you know, what this truly tastes like. Okay, so we're going to put some spaghetti sauce, meat, less ground beef. Okay, and we just went to get a pot there. Now normally we would throw a little bit of the Parmesan on here, but he's not. He's watching his dairy, so let's dig in here. You know, even my son loves this and always say it doesn't taste any different. You cannot believe even the texture of the ground beef. It's just real ground beef, you know? It's real good. This is delicious. And I'm not a big, it's so funny, I'm not a big ground beef eater. I used to be one of those people that I would make it for them, but I wouldn't eat it necessarily. We're not done with you tasting.
Oh, we're not? Okay.
No, you have to come taste the empanadas. And then I could let you go back to your camera. So I'm going to give you the nicer looking one. Okay? And I'm going to go back over here and check how my frying is going. I am going to okay. Let me taste my empanada and see how it tastes.
Very good.
Very good. All meatless, all vegetarian, vegan. My goodness. This beefless ground beef tastes awesome. So today, we made spaghetti and meat sauce with groundless ground beef, with beefless, oh boy, trust me to mess it up, with beefless ground beef. And we made empanadas, two totally different dishes, but I wanted to just kind of put it together, to give you two dishes in one, okay? I'm gonna lie to you, this is good. This is very good. Remember, this is the cooking mother, the grandmother, not a chef, not a professional, but someone who loves to cook, who's a good cook. I don't worry how it looks on the plate. I just cook. Tastes good, I eat, the kids eat, and I share it with you. Because especially, this network, CUEX Television, came about as a network that is reflective of people from the Caribbean in the diaspora as well as people at home. And so we can ignore the fact that we have Caribbean American children that love these type of food. America is a blended culture. So empanadas, spaghetti and meat sauce, or we have even the vegetarian meatballs if they don't want the ground beef. They love those things. They grew up with those things, So we can't just cook curry goat and curry chicken and whatever other stuff we could cook in the islands. They want to eat some of the American type food, from this blended culture. And so my approach has always been to tell you guys, not that you don't know some of these foods, but sometimes you got to go out to restaurants and get them if you're a person who cooks strictly Caribbean. I'm introducing you to things that are quick, that are tasty, that are healthy. And that way you come home, you want to watch what your kids are eating. Hold on. Okay. You want to watch what your kids are eating. You want to be able to cook something that cooks quickly. These are the dishes I'm doing. And what I've been doing also is redoing some of the things that we did in meat version, in vegetarian or vegan version. So we didn't do in the regular series spaghetti and ground beef or meat sauce. The kids wanted to eat that today. I said I'm going to make that, but I'm also going to make some empanadas. So we did the empanadas, and we have a delicious meal. Kids are happy, I'm happy. You have something you could think about adding to your kids' dinner sometimes, or cook when you're running from work and you're tired and you just have to get something for them to eat. These are some of the little things. And if you have special concerns in terms of your diet, you have autoimmune illnesses, or they have, allergic stuff to dairy and things like that. A lot of these meals take that into consideration. I always say I thank companies like Daya, I thank companies like Morningstar, Trader Joe's, that actually have a lot of these products. You'll be amazed the amount of things. They got just about everything in vegetarian, vegan format. You got ice cream, you got a pizza, you got just about anything. Really some great progress in those areas. So today I am going to, when I close the series, I'm going to enjoy another plate of my spaghetti and meat sauce. I thank you for joining us in this edition of Lick My Pot, and I hope to see you on another edition. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome to Lick My Pot. We'll be making chicken quesadilla today, or should I say chicken strip quesadilla. So I think you've seen from our earlier episode, we're onto this healthy kick. We're eating sort of vegetarian, vegan, and I've said this a million times every time I do one of these healthy segments. My grandson came down with an autoimmune condition called PAN, which is polyarthritis arthritis nodosa, and basically it's a condition that really causes your body to create a lot of inflammation. He actually was in a wheelchair. He had to be homeschooled for months, and eventually they were able to make the diagnosis. And since that, one of the things what we came to believe is that his eating has to be cleaned up. Even when you think you're eating healthy in this country, you're not really. Because a lot of our meats are filled with a lot of hormones, a lot of antibiotics and so forth. So we started going on a vegan cleanup diet for about 21 days. And after that, we can decide if we want to go with just organic stuff or if we want to stick with vegan, vegetarian. Okay? And remember, the difference is that vegetarian, you'd eat non-meat products. Some people might eat a little bit of fish at different levels of vegetarianism. But with vegan, it's a whole lifestyle. You don't eat or consume anything that has to do with animals. Alright, so what we're going to be making today is chicken quesadilla. And we did make chicken quesadilla in a regular way. Regular chicken quesadilla with real chicken. We're going to make a vegetarian one today. And we got this gluten-free, gluten-free missions, and this is a soft tortilla, soft taco, and it's gluten-free. So we watch his gluten, we watch his sodium, we watch his dairy, we watch any kind of a processed stuff, anything with hormones or anything with antibiotics and stuff like that. So we got this soft taco, and I put 2 here because they seemed a little thin and they were a little cracky. So I said, then let me put 2. And what I'm going to be doing next is taking this. I got this from Trader Joe, chunky salsa. Okay, and I'm going to be spreading some of that out, like smear it on here. Maybe like, I would say about a tablespoon thereabout. Alright, I smear it on there. And I take the chicken strip, which is from Morning Star, and it tastes very much like chicken. Morning Star chicken strip. I had a hard time saying chicken strip in the beginning. My grandson used to laugh at me. And you take this, and what basically has some spices, but what I started doing is adding my typical little spices to it to make it taste like chicken. My chicken seasoning, I do my green seasoning, I do my black pepper, a little bit of garlic and things like that. And I just let it just saute down a bit. And so I take some of this and I put it just like I would strips of real chicken. I put it on the taco with the salsa sauce. Okay. And then I take some pepper jack style shredder from there. They have some beautiful products. Mother Star and there. Along with shopping at Trader Joe's and ShopRite and places like that. Some of my favorite places to shop these days. So I take some of their cheese and I spread it on here like I would regular cheese. So I now fold it, and I have a skillet already heated. Okay. I put a little bit of olive oil just to smear it on there so it's a little, coated with some oil. And I put it on there. Now I'm going to make another one. I'm going to just use up what I have here. Let's see. Have another one. So may as well just get rid of these. Okay. Again. Ooh. Okay, lift off a piece of that one. And I have some chicken strips. Once again, some Dare cheese or cheese substitute. And what I find with Dare and Morning Star is their things really taste authentic. And you know that if you're trying to clean your diet, you're doing a good thing to your body. You're getting something that tastes like what you're used to, but at the same time it doesn't have some of the repercussions that it will have in the other stuff will have in your health. Now everybody have a problem with this with dairy and all of that, but he has an immune condition where we're really trying to be careful what he eats. And so I put again some of my strips here. Take some of my Dare cheese. I tell you, I have been able to actually take this journey with Amir because it was easy, and he's a kid, and so to just tell him you can't eat meat, you can't eat this, you can't eat that for 21 days or whatever, that was going to be hard on him. So his mom and I, my daughter, Rashida, we took this journey with him, and we started looking into places where we can get realistic tasting substitutes. So that has been a brand that is really, really authentic and tasty. I mean, their cheeses are like really, oh my gosh, I can't explain it to you. The cheeses taste really creamy and rich and real cheese-like. And Morning Star have a lot of meats, like breakfast sausage patties and bacon and sausages and some of those things that really, we're used to doing. And I do things I go to Trader Joe and I get a lot of like organic stuff. Like I have the salsa, the chunky salsa from Trader Joe, so this is organic. Okay. And it's also, this one is also fat free. Okay. So we're able to eat a little bit more healthy. Now I'm funny like this when I'm walking. I like to clean as I walk. I don't like to leave it all for me to clean up when I'm done. So you see me like cleaning every now and then. Alright, so I have 2 plates here. And of course, as the magic of television would have it, I have some prepared. Okay, so Mia, if you want to come on camera and sample chicken quesadilla.
Okay.
Okay. It's always like another opinion to tell me. Since this is not the traditional ones that we are used to, I want a nice opinion. This is really hot. It's good though. Okay. You know what I found? Is that because a lot of the things are so tasty, I'm finding that I need you to come back and give me your opinion.
This is good.
They're very good. I'm about to give one to Joseph. Because when I said I was making that earlier, Joseph said, oh, make me something else. I don't really want it. Okay. Chicken strip, quesadilla, gluten free, dairy free, soy free, meat free, and this is very, very tasty. Now this is a nice healthy meal. I initially did not. I'm going to turn this skittle up in a bit. This skillet up in a bit. Let me see. You make it up to about 300 and just take the time and cook. I'm going to put it to 350. When I started doing this, I said, oh, I'm just going to do it to, to help Amir to take him on this journey. When I started notice, and I think I mentioned in another show, I did not have those aches and pains when it's about to rain that I used to have. And I always joke that I could be a weather woman because it usually is. It's usually my joints are hurting when it's going to rain or snow. Now, pain is gone. I can sprint up the stairs practically. Well, I mean, at my age, I got to be careful with sprinting. I may break something and it can't heal. But in all seriousness, I don't have the ache and pain. I find my clothes start to get a little looser on me. I start to feel better, and I'm thinking this might be a lifestyle for me. But if you're out there and you have a sensitive type of health situation where you have to eat healthy, this series, which is actually being filmed by Amir and directed by Amir, this series is going to be a good series for you to watch, so you can see some of the good things that you can get and make at home. They're quick. You know me, I'm the queen of quickness. I don't have time when I come home to be cooking a set of lengthy stuff and 10 course meals. Quick, delicious products, and in this case, healthy products. I'm not gonna kid. You turn them over. I kid you not. This is going to be a regular thing for me. Again, Morningstar brand, Daya brand, Trader Joe brand, gluten free. I cook with olive oil, fresh stuff, healthy stuff, no dairy, no soy, no gluten, no meat, all healthy. I really live by these brands. I'm telling you, I didn't even know anything about Daya until my grandson got sick and Morningstar, and I started doing my research, and the more I did my research, the more I started to realize, oh my God, there's stuff out here. Now let me turn this down a little bit to 300 that you can eat if you're on a sensitive type of diet. And you don't have to go with all the things that you love. When I tell you, if this is very, very tasty, it is very, very tasty. You know? Very, very tasty. I did not think they would taste as scrumptious as it does. So, thank you for joining me on this edition of Bit My Pot. And Mama always said don't talk with food in your mouth, but I have to get this show done, so I have to talk. We made chickenless quesadilla, or we should say chicken strip quesadilla with chicken strip by Morningstar, cheese by Dare, soft taco by Mission, okay, We use the regular little seasoning that we use, green seasoning, etc., to add to the chicken strip, so that it has that nice tasty taste. And we've had a very tasty dish here, and now my grandson can have the things he likes and not feel deprived. And Grandma might stick with this vegan thing. I actually like it. Thank you for joining us. See you next time. Okay, welcome to Lick My Pot, and today we're going to be continuing on with our vegetarian cooking. We're going to be making mac and cheese today. This is vegetarian mac and cheese by a company in Canada called Daya. Daya is known for their tasty, creamy, delicious, non-dairy, non-meat, non-gluten ingredients. And so we're going to be making mac and cheese. So we have in this bowl 2 boxes of the noodles, and each pack of the noodles come with a creamy sauce. So we got 2 of this. We boil it in about 4 cups of water until it's, you know, soft enough, not mushy, but soft enough. And then we pour it into this bowl. I'm going to take the package that comes in the box, and I'm going to start squeezing it in. And what you have here is the most tasty. I mean, this thing tastes more tasty than cheese. I mean, it literally, my son Joseph, I know I told the story before that my grandson Amir has a condition, panvasculitis, and we have to really be careful with his cooking. So that's how I started doing some of these dishes that I've done before in vegetarian or vegan format. And so Joseph is not on any special diet, but he started tasting them, and he's like, oh my God, this is so delicious. No, I can't make regular mac and cheese for them anymore. I have to make the vegetarian mac and cheese. So this is how we came about doing this. So we have 2 boxes of macaroni noodles, and we have the 2 packs of cheese that came in that box with the noodles. And we boil it in 4 cups of water, pour it into this bowl, and squeeze the mix, the creamy mixture into it. And here we go. As you can see, I'm mixing, and it's the most, you know, inviting looking. Look at it, nice and creamy. Oh my gosh. And, you know, cheesy, melty, melt in your mouth. Now we have in the oven, I'm going to check my oven in a little bit. I'm making it with chicken nuggets. And so I'm just going to turn these over a little bit, just a few minutes while I talk to you, and that should do it for the chicken nuggets. And I'll tell you about the chicken nuggets in a minute. Okay, I'll put that back in for a few minutes while I'm talking to you about this. Alright, so now we have our mac and cheese. And we're going to sample that with chicken nuggets. Now, what's my chicken nuggets? I made a dish some time ago with chicken fingers. And I didn't, even it tasted good, I didn't continue with it because it had soy in it, which I really wanted to avoid. And so I decided to go with Morningstar. They have a brand of Veggie Classic chicken nuggets. They do have some soy protein, but it's not, they have soy protein concentrate. They do have some, you know, other stuff in here. It's not, it did not say on here that it's gluten-free, but it is a vegetarian version of chicken nuggets. We had chicken strips some time ago, now we have chicken nuggets. And I love Morningstar brand, I love Daya brands, I love, there's a beautiful yogurt by Good Karma that tastes just as creamy as the yogurts that you buy with dairy. So this is how we're trying to change our lifestyle in this house, and we're sharing them with you. Not telling you have to become vegan or vegetarian, because I don't even know if I'm going to sustain this long term. I am hoping that I will, because I'm finding that it's making me feel so good that I feel like, why put my body through the rigors of eating too much dairy and soy and the GMOs, you know, why put my body through that? I'm not anymore feeling the joint pains that I used to feel. I used to joke around and say, you know, with Me, I can tell when it's going to rain because my joints will start hurting. No, I don't have that experience since I started going this route. And I really watch my gluten, I watch my dairy, I watch my meat, I watch the antibiotics and just the hormones and so forth. I just watch those food. So I have my beautiful, oh my God, my beautiful mac and cheese. Alright, so again, the chicken nuggets by Morningstar, the deluxe creamy mac with by Daya, and again, they don't have any meat or any dairy in them. I know for sure that Daya does not use, they usually don't have soy, they don't have dairy, and they usually, their stuff is usually gluten free. So if you look on here, it actually will tell you, deliciously dairy free. Gluten and soy free, dairy and lactose free. It has some protein, 5 grams of protein, excellent source of calcium, and you won't believe that this thing is not real. In terms of, when I say real, that it's not dairy based. Alright, so now I am going to take this out, turn this open up, and I am going to I'm going to have my grandson and Amir come over. We're both going to sample some mac and cheese with chicken nuggets. So Amir, you want to join me? Mac and cheese. You can always have more if you want. Okay. Remember you started me on this part.
I need ketchup.
You need a ketchup. Okay. This is a kid. I think you have ketchup somewhere around the house. He does not eat without ketchup. And he will tell you, I eat ketchup with my ketchup. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm not a ketchup girl. See what happened? I got distracted and got burnt. Okay, it's all good. So I'm gonna have this with a few chicken nuggets. Okay, so tell me.
It's really good.
Very good. I mean, I'm not clear how Daya is able to make a product that tastes so creamy, so cheesy, so delicious, and is free of all those things that we've gotten hooked on. I honestly don't know that I will ever be making regular mac and cheese. I think if I have a dinner, I know a lot of people do like all their dairy stuff. I think I might make, for like the big holidays, I think I'll make the dairy mac and cheese, but for me and my family, this is the route we're going, and I think this is how we're going to continue to go. You truly have to try to figure out how they're able to make this. Both products, the chicken nuggets and the mac and cheese. So again, chicken nuggets by Morningstar. They are cheesy mac by the Daya. This is a company in Canada, and you make 2 cups of noodles with the 2 packets that come in it with the creamy substance, and we just use a pack of the chicken nuggets, and heat that. Is usually heated in the oven, just in this tray. I don't put anything to it. For about 15 minutes on one side, I turn it over, 10 to 15 minutes on the other side, and I turn it over and put it for another 5 minutes or so on the other side. And usually that does it, okay? Because it's vegetable based. So that's it, and we have a delicious meal. It's easy. Remember what I said. I keep with that mom who comes home who's busy, wants to just create something healthy, something tasty, something quick for the kids. This is it. Okay, I'm not decorating my plate. I'm just showing you how to make some scrumptious quick meals. Alright, so thank you for joining us on this edition of Lick My Pot. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to Lick My Pot with Trish. I am cooking today a health food version of chicken Alfredo. My kids love chicken Alfredo, and you've seen me do the non-health food version of chicken Alfredo on the show before. But recently my grandson came down with a rare condition called panvasculitis, and basically we have to be very careful what he eats. So my daughter and I started being on that journey with him to make it easier for him. And so I thought, you know what? Why don't I try to redo all of the foods that's, not all, but most of the foods that we did as regular versions in the health food form. And we're finding out, oh my God, these things taste good. The mac and cheese tastes good. And so we decided to try to do that over. So now bear with me, I'm cooking in a hot kitchen, studio lights are on, and the AC is down, but you know, it's still not maybe warm enough. Now, I'm going to make chicken Alfredo. I've already cooked my noodles. And let me just show you a brand that I found out, a nice little secret here that I don't want to keep a secret from you folks. Daya, or Daya, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, D-A-I-Y-A. This is a brand that has wonderful mac and cheese vegetarian style. It's dairy free. It's mac and cheese, it's soy free, lactose free, and just wonderfully and healthy. And the good thing is tasty, because I have to be honest and say sometimes with some of these things that are vegetarian, they're not really tasting the greatest. And so it's good when you find products that are tasty but are healthy as well. There's no meat, there's no dairy, there's no gluten. Wonderful brand. Daya, or D-A-I-Y-A. Okay, so this is Alfredo style noodles, and it comes with this pack. This pack here. I have in this bowl about, well, my cameraman to pick this up. I have in this bowl about 2 packs of these, right? I cooked it just in water, and I stirred it up so it doesn't get all glunky and clumped together. So we have 2 packs of the spaghetti, and each pack comes with this little package here with creamy stuff. And we also got some, what do you call it, some vegetables, you know, frozen vegetables to your own taste. Some people like a little more carrots, some people like different brands. I don't care about that, you know, that's pretty healthy. So I took about a small bag and 2 packs of the spaghetti, and I'm putting that into the noodles. Now here's a nice little secret I came by. We have something by Morningstar called chicken chips. Chick and chip. I can't even get it right. Chick with C-H-I-K and trips. Okay, and this is vegetarian chicken. So like I would have my minced chicken. I don't have to have my minced chicken. I have my Morningstar chicken. And this is 2 brands I really love. Since going on this journey with my grandson and trying to find out how to cook healthier things that are tasty, because, you know, he's a kid, he's 13. And we don't want to have it where he is not able to eat the things that he enjoys. So the thing that we came up with is, how do we find some of the same dishes he likes? The mac and cheese, the chicken Alfredo, the chicken fingers. How do we find these things that he likes and that can still be tasty, and he doesn't have to feel like he's on this odious type of annoying diet? He's having fun. Now I'm going to cut these 2. And I'm going to squeeze it out. Ooh, nice creamy stuff. Just basically cut it, squeeze it out. Do the same with the next pack, because remember we got 2 packs. So we got 2 packets of this. Okay, and this comes in, once again, this comes into the box. And just squeeze everything out. Squeeze it all out, like so. Okay, now when I make regular chicken Alfredo, I usually put a little bit of Larry's seasoned salt, not to make it salty, just a little bit of flavoring, a little salt. So I put a little bit, because you want him to still feel like he's eating the things that he's used to, right? And so I mixed it here. Now with me, if I want this to have a little bit more moisture, for you guys at home, you can put a little bit of almond milk in it as well if you want to, but I don't feel this is necessary. It has just enough of that creamy stuff. And if you see it here, it's really nice and creamy. You just mix it up. So we have the Morningstar chick and strips, or strips, chick and strips. I don't know why my mouth is like, my tongue is like wrapping around that so crazy, but chick, C-H-I-K, and strips.
Strips.
Strips. Okay, I just got a correction. Strips. Okay.
Strips.
So we have, okay, now my grandson is over there laughing, so pronounce this for me. It's
Chick and strips.
Chick and strips. I give up. You guys saw it. Here's the brand, Morningstar. And what I like with Daya and Morningstar, they have just about everything you could think about in the in different things that people like. So they try to make it fun so that you're not one of those people that are stuck on a vegan diet or stuck on a vegetarian diet and you can't find anything fun to eat. I'm sweating because I'm in, like I said, a hot kitchen with studio lights on me, and that's a little bit sweaty. So you bear with me a bit. Boy, so now I'm gonna taste. I'm gonna get a fork over here. Okay. My grandson does not want to be on camera, so I'm just gonna give him some off camera, and then he's gonna tell me what he thinks, and I'll report to you. Okay. This is lunch.
I could do it on camera. That's what it is.
Okay. Now, do you want to come over here and join me and enjoy this meal? Okay, so we're gonna have, this is our lunch. No meat, no soy, no dairy, no gluten. Oh my God.
That is good.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I can't really tell the difference. Oh my God. My grandson and my son and my daughter always laugh and say, Mom, you make the most interesting noises when you eat. But I mean, when I like something, I make noises. Tell me that this is not a good chicken Alfredo. There's no difference.
It's good.
So he's going to be able to enjoy some of the things that he likes with this condition. And we don't have to drive ourselves crazy trying to say, oh my God, feeling deprived, you know? Again, Morningstar, say it. Chick and strips. I said it.
Chick and strips. There you go.
Okay. And then the Alfredo style, Deluxe Creamy Mac. You know, I get this stuff at Shop and Stop.
Stop and shop.
Stop
And shop.
and Shop. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't get anything right. So Amir, you're going to be my person that gets it right. Now, I was shocked that in my supermarket, my local supermarket, there is nothing in terms of, not much anyway, in terms of vegetarian stuff that are good. So I went to Stop and Shop and found this wonderful brand. And since I've spoken to somebody about it who swears by it, and also Daya, and I have to say they have delivered. I am very much impressed. I am very much amazed that today we could eat vegetarian and eat fun, in a fun way. Another product that I found, and oops, and this is for another day, I'm going to make this is, but this one is made with soy. And not everybody wants to eat soy, at least not too much of it. But this is something I got at Trader Joe's. Chicken nest crispy tenders. It's like chicken fingers. So one day I'm going to make that. But not today. We're just going to do one dish today. And I am not feeling deprived. I don't know if I'll go back to a regular diet. I tell you the truth, because these things are very tasty. Nice, rich, creamy. Just like when I make the chicken Alfredo with all the meat and the creamy sauce. Normally I make the chicken Alfredo, all creamy stuff. And these noodles have no gluten. They have no gluten. There's no soy product being used here. The chicken strips. I'm amazed at how they can make this taste regular. Alright. Alright, so that's it, folks. Chicken Alfredo, vegetarian style, vegan style if you will. No meat, no soy, no animal products. And what I advise you guys to do, if you want to try this for a while, veganism or vegetarian, what I would advise you to do is to go into Trader Joe's, go into Stop and Shop, and read the products. Even when something says vegetarian, read the products. What I typically do is, if I cannot pronounce the words of most of the things on the ingredients on the product, I don't eat it. That's something I learned from a friend of mine. I don't know, they made this chicken taste so chicken-like, and it's not chicken. Oh my God. It's absolutely delicious. Chicken Alfredo, vegetarian style, on Lick My Pot, cooking with Trish. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to Lick My Pot. And today we're going to be making roti, and we're going to have curry chicken and curry vegetables. So let me go first with the curry chicken. We're going to, basically what we did was cut up about 4 of these potatoes, about this size, regular white potatoes, and did them in cubes, so about this size. And we heat the oil, some olive oil, about 4 tablespoons of olive oil in a hot pot, and we add about, I would say about, I mean, it's up to your taste buds, you know, what you like, but I like a lot of curry. When I make curry, I gotta taste my curry, so I put about 4 big tablespoons of curry, 4 to 5, in my 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and I let it get kind of brown. And what I did was I add some chicken to it. Now, what did I do with the chicken? Chicken was, I use organic chicken because I think I mentioned that my grandson Amir, he has a condition called panvasculitis, and it's an autoimmune illness that makes his blood vessels sometimes get inflamed, and you know, he gets a lot of inflammation. So we've been really cleaned up his eating and really being careful what we gave him to eat. So in this case, I'm going to make 2 sets of curry. One is going to be chicken, organic chicken, and one is going to be veggie strips. Okay. So let's go first with the organic chicken. So I got the organic chicken, maybe about 1.5 pounds. I cut it up in pieces. I take off all the skin, I take off all the fat, and then wash it in vinegar, and then I season it. What do I put in the seasoning? I put about 3 to 4 tablespoons of green seasoning. I like a lot of green seasoning. I put about a tablespoon of black pepper. Chicken seasoning, I put about, I would say about a teaspoon. About a teaspoon of adobe seasoning, about a tablespoon of soul food seasoning, and I put about 2 tablespoons of onion flakes, and about a teaspoon, 1 to 2 teaspoons of garlic. I put a lot of garlic in my stuff, so I would say put 2 teaspoons of garlic. Why do I use the onion flakes? I don't like peeling onions, it makes me cry. As you could look on this table, we have a lot of different vegetables and fruits here, and one of the things we have here is onions. So I have fresh onions, but I don't really feel like you know, peeling onions. So I use the flakes, and I find this very good. Once I do all of that and I let it sit for a while, maybe I do it like the night before, and I cover it up in a bowl, and next day when I'm ready to do the curry, after I add the curry to the olive oil and it gets a little brown, I add the chicken to it. Then I have the cut up white potatoes. I have, like I said before, about 3 to 4 of these, and I cut them up in pieces and cubes, and I add that after about, I would say after about 15-20 minutes. I would add that, and I would also add a can of chickpeas. It doesn't matter what brand. This happens to be a brand that I use sometimes, but I've bought other brands. So you get about a can of chickpeas. I add it together, and I just let it cook. I turn it up every now and then, and let it really curry down and really absorb all of the curry and all of the other flavors. When that is done, I usually, I've said before, I'm not a chef. I am a cook, a mother who's a good cook and who likes to cook for my family. So I come home and I'm tired. And I don't have a lot of time to cook. I want to do quick things that I could just, get ready for the kids and let them eat. So I go to our usual Caribbean place, one of the Caribbean restaurants or bakeries, and they have the roti that's already made. And the roti is a dough, as you can see, it's a dough. And this one has, looks like it has like a chickpeas or something on it. And what you can do with this, you can either do something they call bus-up shot, which is you kind of chip it up and you eat it with your curry, or you could open it out and put the curry into the roti and eat it, fold it together and eat it. Okay? My kids, they like it that way. I like the bus-up pieces. So that's how you make chicken, roti with curry chicken. All right, now I'm gonna heat my pot over here a little bit. I'll tell you why I'm doing this. My grandson has a delicate diet, okay? So what we do, we don't give him the white potatoes, we give him sweet potatoes. And you know something, I didn't think the sweet potato would taste so good with the curry. It actually tastes very good with the curry. So we do everything we said we did on this one, except when it was time to put in chicken, we put in something called chicken strip, okay? And this is from Morning Star. It's little pieces of veggie product that looks like chicken and tastes like chicken, but it's not really chicken. It's really good. So we use that in place of the chicken. In place of the white potato, we use the orange potato, the one that you make candied yams with. And it looks like this. You cut it up in cubes like this, or smaller if you want, and you just add it in. But the same combination. You put some. I think this is about. I'll just tell you in a second. It's about 13 ounces in this. So a pack of this to, again, the same thing, about 3 to 4 potatoes. It depends how much potatoes you like. I like my potatoes. A can of chickpeas. You would add seasoning because you want it to taste like chicken. In my case, I want it to taste like chicken. So what I do, I add all of the seasonings I mentioned earlier. The green seasoning, the chicken seasoning, the onion, the garlic, the black pepper, the soul food seasoning. And you add all of that to the mixture once you add this to the curry. Because it's not like the chicken where you're going to let it sit overnight taking seasoning. So what I do, I add the curry to the oil, add the chicken strips, this product right here. And then I add some of these little seasoning items. And then I add my chickpeas, and then I add my orange potato. Now you could also add this. We're only adding this one because he is not eating white potatoes right now. He's on a very delicate diet while we're trying to clean his system and get things restarted. So for the average person, they're going to put this with the veggie one. For us, we're doing him a vegan style. So we're doing the chicken strip and we're doing the orange potato. And he has a very delicate system right now, so we are using this product, which is gluten-free tortillas, okay, the soft ones. So I'm going to put it in the pot, and I am. Okay, so what we do with Amir is we don't use the regular flour because we have to give him his things gluten-free. So I'm just showing you this as an option. We use the gluten-free soft tortilla tacos, okay? So if you're somebody with his situation or that doesn't eat gluten, this would be a good option. It's not roti, but it could substitute as roti. Okay, so once again we have his version with the vegetarian chicken strip, and he has the soft tortilla that I kind of put in a little bit of. What I did, I put in a little bit of olive oil. I put a little olive oil in this pot, and I just put it on there for about probably like 10 seconds. Flip it over and just heat it up a little bit so that it has that that little texture to it. And so now I'm going to put his curry veggie into that. mentioned before that I sort of like my roti stripped up, bust up roti, and I usually do it like this. I chip them up. My son likes it wrapped and nicely, done. My grandson Amir, he likes it done. He also likes it in the roti or in this case the roti substitute. So Amir, I'm going to ask you to come over and help me to sample your sample. I'm going to taste a little bit of yours if you don't mind. Okay. Not bad at all. Sorry, you can't eat some of mine.
It's good.
Good. Okay. So pretty much this is what we have today for roti with curry chicken. And remember, thank you. Remember, you could, sorry, 1 second. Remember, you don't have to have just chicken or just chicken strip or any whatever. You can have curry beef, curry shrimp, curry vegetables, curry whatever, whatever roti you like, curry goat. If you're from the Caribbean, we love our curry goat. Now, I said earlier that I'm not a chef. I am a grandma, a mother, who is a good cook, who loves to come home and have quick things I can put together for the children. So, I just go to the bakery, I get the roti, I come home, I make the curry, and I put it all together and we get a meal. Okay? A chef is not just about cooking a meal. A chef is about the aesthetics. He has to lay it out nice. He has to put a little sprinkling of something here, and a little garnish here, and a little slant a little piece of asparagus there. And it's not just about the cooking, but it's about the presentation. With me, I'm not trying to decorate my plate. I'm just trying to get some food, get something quickly and tasty that these kids could like. So that today is our dish: chicken, curry chicken with roti, and special version curry chicken strip, which is a vegetarian kind of meat substitute, with sweet potatoes, chickpeas, and we just put it all together with soft tortilla because in my grandson's case, he has this condition that if he eats too much of gluten or stuff like that, he can get inflamed. So we're really watching this gluten intake. We pretty much don't give him anything with gluten. We don't give him the white potatoes. And pretty much, we kind of really keep him on a strict diet. So again, you're watching Lick My Pot, making curry chicken and curry veggie with roti. It's very good. Am I kidding?
It's good. It's good.
What I actually did up until this point is I started the curry with the chicken in one pot and with the chicken strip in one. I boiled the two potatoes together so that it was a little soft, so I didn't have to start from scratch. I was in a rush and I wanted to just, so while I peeled the potatoes first and I cut them all up in a pot and put them on the boil so that they got a little bit soft. And then while I'm doing the curry in, they're boiling, and then I took out the white potatoes, I put it in one pot, took the orange one, put it in another pot. That's just my quick version when you're cooking in a household where you have a health challenge where you're trying to adapt to. You have to have ways of substituting stuff and doing two dishes side by side. So that's what we're pretty much doing with Amir's diet. Very good, I have to say. I must say so myself. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us on this edition of Lick My Pot. Bye-bye. Welcome to Lick My Pot. I have quite a delicacy planned for you today. This is something that if you're from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you definitely would know what I'm talking about. If you have Vinci roots, you might know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you may not know what I'm talking about, but maybe you do, because I'm making something we call chichi cake. It's similar to, it's the same concept behind codfish cake. You mince up the codfish and you put all your, you know, put your eggs and your flour and your seasoning and so forth. This is a similar concept, but you're using a little tiny fish called chichi. It's really, really tiny. Literally this tiny. Okay, this is the raw one. We get this here from the Korean store. It's called silverfish. But if you're in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the one that we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it has a little bit of black to it. It's smaller. It's a little bit smaller. They call it chichi, really tiny, tiny baby fish. And these fish spawn at the side of at the area where the river and the sea meet each other. It spawn at that time, a certain time of year. And it's so interesting because at that point you'll see a little quick lightning, and they call it chichi lightning. And the old people always say, chichi is about to come in. And sure enough, that chichi would come in. So we don't have chichi here. So we found something from the Korean market. If you live near a Korean market, we found something that is very similar. Little tiny baby fish. Except, like I say, the Korean one is white in color. Always have some black to it. Alright? Now, I had about, I would say like 3/4 of a pound in a pack. So I emptied it, I washed it. I emptied it into this bowl, okay? And then I added about, what I did, I blended up eggs with about 5 cloves of garlic. You may want to cut up your garlic. I don't like to peel garlic and onions, so I usually find any quick way to do them. So what I did, I put in the blender, I put 2 eggs with some garlic cloves, and I blended up. I added it to the mixture, to the fish. I added some onion flakes. Again, I don't like to peel onions, so I use the flakes. If you like onions and you don't mind peeling them, you can go right ahead and do that. About a teaspoon, about a half a teaspoon of cloves. I have the ground cloves. You can also mince up or crush up the whole cloves. About a teaspoon of curry. About a teaspoon, I kind of probably put about a teaspoon and a half of black pepper. About a tablespoon of green seasoning. A little bit of soul food seasoning. And about a 1/4 cup of flour. And I blend it up in this mixture. Now you have to be careful. If you put too much flour, it could be more doughy and heavy. If you put like baking powder and stuff, you got to be careful because it's going to get kind of fluffy, and you don't want to do it. It has to be the right consistency. Okay, soft but not runny, and not doughy either. And you mix it up together, and then you're going to fry them. You're going to make little fish cakes. Now, whenever you see me open this oven, you know that I have my finished product in there. So I made some earlier, and this is what it looks like. And I eat that with bread, or if you have breadfruit, you West Indians know what I'm talking about when I say breadfruit. All right. Again, we don't have chichi in America, so we buy the Korean silverfish, and we substitute it for our chichi back in St. Vincent. I am not sure how many other islands have the same fish that's spawned there, but I could speak for St. Vincent because I grew up there and that's what I know. So I can put it between here. Okay, I'm going to give my camera guy one. Alright, he looks like his mouth is watering over there. And I'm going to eat.
It's good.
Very good. Now, I'm going to start frying. And I put in portions similar to a small pancake or a fritter. Okay? Basically just taking up one and just drop it in, maybe like 2. I'm making them kind of small because I don't have a lot, so I'm trying to make them small. Okay, let them fry. And then I'll just turn them over. Whew, it's hot in here. Okay, so basically, we have about 6 chichi cake frying in this pot. And when it's brown, I'm going to turn them over. And again, it's like the consistency of like a fritter or a pancake. And the whole, you know, thing behind it is similar to a catfish cake, except you're making it flat like a pancake, and you're using chichi instead of catfish. And similar spices. What I did as well, and what I mixed into the mixture, what I forgot earlier, with 5 cloves of garlic and some mixed peppers, both sweet pepper and hot pepper. I put some of that into the egg and the garlic mixture, and then pour it into the batter, okay, into the fish. So I just want to really recap. You get about 3/4 of a pound. You can make as much as you want, but I'm just giving you the portions that I kind of figured out. And as a Caribbean person, we're not big on recipes with, oh, 2 teaspoons of this. We just usually just use our eyes and measure stuff. But for the benefit of giving you the right directions, or somewhat good directions, I'm going to try to give you some measurements. So about 3/4 of a pound of silverfish, or close to a pound of it, and or chichi if you were in St. Vincent, you have chichi. But we're not talking to Vincentians because most Vincentians know to make chichi cake anyway. And you add some peppers, some cloves, some garlic, some onions, some curry, some green seasoning, chives, black pepper. I like mine kind of spicy. And about 2 eggs, and you beat that up with the fish. You add maybe about I would say about 1/4 pound of flour with that quantity. And you mix it up and you have a nice little batter, and you fry them, and you can eat them, like I said, with bread or with breadfruit. That's a delicacy in St. Vincent, chichi cake. Thank you for joining us in this edition of Lick My Pot, where we made today Vincentian chichi cake. And I'm just going to go off camera now and enjoy my chichi cake. Thank you. See you next time.